Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to episode 68 of the Happiness Hub, where we explore how to attract more joy, create meaningful habits, and build a life rooted in abundance and intention. I am Marianne Rouse, your gratitude consultant and guide for entrepreneurs and solopreneurs who are ready to build both financial freedom and time freedom without sacrificing connection along the way. And speaking of connection, today's episode, the power of gratitude in healing broken relationships, might be just that gentle nudge your heart has been needing. Because here's the truth. We have all had relationships that have hit rough patches. Whether it is a sibling you haven't spoken to in years, a business partner who betrayed your trust, or even a friendship that quietly faded away, disconnecting can leave a heavy weight on the heart. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful, effective tools for healing isn't confrontation or long conversations? It is gratitude. Yep, gratitude. Simple, sincere appreciation. Today we're going to be talking about why gratitude is such a powerful force in repairing relationships, 2 real-life examples of public figures who have used it to reconnect and rebuild, and a couple of powerful scientific studies that prove how gratitude shifts relationships, as well as a few tips that you can do this week to open the door to healing. So let's get into it. Let's start with the big question. Why does gratitude even matter when it comes to relationships? Well, because gratitude changes your energy. When someone hurts you, your first instinct might be to guard your heart, build walls, or rehearse every moment they disappointed you. That is human, but it also keeps you stuck. Resentment clings to the past. Gratitude invites you back into the present and into possibility. Gratitude helps you notice the good that is there instead of fixating on what is missing. In relationships, that might look like remembering the small kindness instead of just the big mistakes, acknowledging shared memories or values, even if you have drifted apart, or maybe focusing on growth, yours and theirs, instead of staying in blame. When you shift your mindset this way, you don't just feel better, you open the door to healthier communication and reconnection. You attract peace. You attract emotional abundance. And sometimes you even attract reconciliation without needing to force it. So let's look at some real life examples here. And you may know Viola Davis as the Oscar-winning actress and fierce advocate for equality. What you may not know is that she had a very difficult relationship with her father growing up. He was abusive toward her mother, and the household was filled with trauma. For years, she held onto deep pain from that time. But later in life, something shifted. Viola began a healing journey that included forgiveness and, yes, gratitude. She found a way to acknowledge the complexity of her father's story. She saw his humanity, the hardships he faced, and the ways he tried, imperfectly, to do better in life. In an interview, she said, "I now see my father as a man who did the best he could with what he had, and I am grateful that we had a chance to heal." That mindset didn't erase what happened, but it freed her from the emotional prison of resentment. Gratitude became the thread that helped her weave peace from pain. All right, let's look at one more example. And I've got some songs popping in my head because now we're talking about country music legend Willie Nelson, who had a long, estranged relationship with his daughter, Susie. For years, they had minimal contact, largely due to the chaos of fame and the difficulties of his early family life. But over time, Willie made an intentional effort to rebuild trust. Part of that was rooted in gratitude, not just expressed to Susie, but shown in how he spoke about her, included her in his life again, and celebrated their reconnection publicly. Today, Susie even wrote a book titled Heart-Worn Memories about her father, reflecting on both the challenges and the healing. Gratitude helped rebuild a father-daughter bond that had once seemed lost forever. So let's shift gears and talk science. Let's get geeky because this isn't just a feel-good fluff stuff, right? Gratitude has been studied in depth and the results are fascinating. And I know we've talked in the past about Dr. Robert Emmons at the University of California over in Davis, but Dr. Emmons is one of the world's leading researchers on gratitude. And in a 10-week study, participants were divided into 3 groups. One wrote about things they were grateful for each day, another wrote about daily hassles, and the third simply recorded daily events. The gratitude group didn't just report feeling better. They also reported fewer arguments, more optimism, and stronger connections with others. Even their physical health improved. This tells us that gratitude doesn't just help you feel good, it changes the way you relate to others. And then here's another study. This one is involving adolescents. Dr. Froh at the Hofstra University found that teens who practiced gratitude regularly were more likely to offer support to their peers, report higher levels of empathy, and were more likely to forgive after conflict. The conclusion? Well, practicing gratitude makes us more emotionally generous and better equipped to repair relational damage. So what can you do to heal a broken relationship? Let's bring this into our world, right? What can you and I do this week to begin healing a strained relationship with gratitude? Here are a few steps with powerful practices. First, I'm going to invite you to start a thank you memory journal. Write down 3 things you are thankful for about the person each day for the next 7 days. Think of a time they helped you, made you laugh, or showed up when you needed them. These memories will shift your emotional energy. And then reach out with a short note. And this is not to rehash the past, just to say thank you for those good moments, for the role they played, for the lessons they taught you. It does not need to lead to a reply. The point is expression. We're not looking for an outcome. And then each time that you feel triggered or angry about something that has happened, I'm going to invite you to practice gratitude reframing. So I want you to reframe the memory. What did you learn from it? How has it made you stronger, wiser, or even more compassionate? Gratitude doesn't mean approving of the heart. It means refusing to be defined by it. And then one more tip, it's to volunteer with giving intention. Sometimes the best way to heal a relationship is to serve someone else. Acts of kindness refocus your heart on connection and contribution, whether it is helping at a shelter, mentoring a teen, or making care packages. Generosity invites grace into your life. So, beautiful souls, the one thing that I want you to remember from today: gratitude is a relationship repair tool, not a reward. You don't have to wait until things are perfect to be thankful. You can start right here, right now, right where you are. By leading with gratitude, you shift the emotional temperature. You become the safe space. You attract better conversations, more patience, and a sense of peace, even if the relationship itself doesn't fully mend. So as you move through your week, I invite you to think about one relationship, just one, that could benefit from the touch of gratitude. You don't have to say or do anything big. Just begin with your thoughts, your heart, and your energy. And if this episode brought you insight or encouragement today, please take a moment to subscribe to the Happiness Hub and share it with someone that you care about. That is how we keep the joy growing and the gratitude flowing. So until next time, keep attracting abundance, keep nurturing your mindset, and keep showing up as the beautiful soul that you are. So a hui hope, toodle pip, and until next time, aloha.